Mommy told me never to go in the basement, but I wanted to see what was making that noise. It kind of sounded like a puppy, and I wanted to see the puppy, so I opened the basement door and tiptoed down a bit. I didn't see a puppy, and then Mommy yanked me out of the basement and yelled at me. Mommy had never yelled at me before, and it made me sad and I cried. Then Mommy told me never to go into the basement again, and she gave me a cookie. That made me feel better. So I didn't ask her why the boy in the basement was making noises like a puppy, or why he had no hands or feet. It's 2013, Detroit, Michigan, a failing hospital on the east side. Half the building shut down, budget cuts, staff reduced to a skeleton crew on night shifts. Security cameras only work in 2 hallways. Nurses say the locked West Wing still has power. Even visitors, because abandoned floors sometimes get used after hours, and for a while, it worked. Quiet nights, empty corridors, nothing unusual. Then patients started reporting footsteps. Coming from the closed wing, maintenance checked the doors, still padlocked. One guard quit after hearing someone breathing behind the metal. Administration ignored it until a nurse found fresh footprints in dust, leading to room 417, a room without a bed or records. A paramedic named Elise volunteered to check. She waited until her shift ended, used her old master keycard, pried the padlock off with a crowbar. She walked the hallway alone, took photos, marked every door with tape, and one night, she went back, tape torn, every door slightly open, no signs of forced entry. Security found her radio on the floor the next morning, still clicking, her flashlight still on, every photo on her phone deleted, except one, a grainy image of room 417's doorway. A person standing inside, facing the wall. No one knows who it was, but one thing was clear. Elise never made it out, and the paramedic who vanished was Elise Warren. It's 2018, Phoenix, Arizona, a budget motel off the interstate. 37 rooms, cheap locks, paper-thin walls. Night staff rotates weekly guests, pay in cash. Some stay only hours. Room 9B is kept empty, even cleaned daily, because management said so back then. And for a while, it worked. Complaints stopped. Nights stayed quiet until guests reported knocking. Soft, slow, consistent. Coming from 9B, housekeeping unlocked the door, found the shower running, lights off, towels untouched. The manager ordered the rooms sealed, but at midnight, the door was open again. A night clerk named Javier took over the shift. He blocked the hallway, watched the security feed, kept the master keycard in his pocket. He placed a chair in front of 9B, sat with a flashlight phone ready to record. And one night, the hallway lights cut out. Everything went silent. Only a faint drip came from under the door. At dawn, guests checked out early. Said the screams kept them awake. The cleaner found Javier's chair overturned. His flashlight cracked on the carpet. The key card still in the lock. Security footage showed the door opening on its own. But the inside of the room stayed pitch black. No one knows why. But one thing was clear. Someone had been inside. And the man who never walked out was Javier Molina. It's 2011, Portland, Oregon. A small private clinic on the edge of the city, open nights only. One doctor, 2 nurses. Security system always down paper charts instead of computers. Room 6 was never used, not after the last incident. The staff locked it and wrote storage on the door to keep people from asking. And for years, it stayed quiet. No accidents, no strange calls, nothing out of place, until a man walked in at 3:14 a.m., soaked in rain. Clothes torn barefoot. He didn't speak, just pointed at room 6. The nurse told him it was closed. He pointed again, harder. Then he smiled, like he already knew it would open. And when she checked the handle, it was unlocked. She called the doctor. He arrived minutes later. They grabbed gloves, a light, and the old metal key. Together, they opened the door. Inside was a single bed, stripped, cold, dust disturbed, as if someone had just been lying there. The man walked in, sat down, and whispered, "Start the exam." And one night, the nurse checked on him again, but the bed was empty, sheets pulled tight, perfectly smooth like no one had ever touched them. Security reviewed hallway footage. There was none. The camera had frozen at exactly 3:14 a.m. Maintenance checked the door logs. Room 6 hadn't been opened in 7 years. Police arrived, found no footprints, no water on the floor, no signs anyone had ever entered the clinic. Except one thing, the bed in room 6 was still warm, as if someone invisible had just gotten up and left. And the patient who disappeared that night was never on the clinic's records. Not once, not ever. It's 2017, Seattle, Washington. 2 roommates rent a small upstairs apartment, old wooden floors, thin walls, broken heater vents that whistle in the winter, and they work opposite schedules. One night shift, one day shift, which means the apartment is almost never empty, and the landlord never fixed anything. Just old building stuff, he said. Vents make noise. Pipes move. Everyone believed him. For years they did, and for a long time, nothing seemed wrong. They heard scratching sometimes, but old buildings settle. They heard shifting metal sometimes, but vents expand. Completely normal. Until it wasn't. One day, the night shift roommate noticed something new. A smell coming from the bedroom vent. Sweat, old clothes, warm breath. He unscrewed the vent cover. Behind it was darkness and insulation pushed aside, like someone had crawled through it. He called the day shift roommate. She said she'd been hearing whispers at night, soft breathing. From inside the walls, they checked the footage from the hallway camera. Something impossible. The vent cover in her room opened from the inside at 3:32 a.m. They called the landlord. He didn't show. They called maintenance. No one came. So the roommates grabbed flashlights, a broom handle, and a kitchen knife. They opened the vent again, looked inside, found food wrappers, clothing tags, a blanket, and a used water bottle. Someone had been living inside the ventilation system for weeks, maybe months. And that night, they didn't hear scratching or breathing or whispering, just silence, deep, total silence. Police arrived in the morning. An officer crawled into the vent with a flashlight. He moved slowly, carefully. Then he stopped and backed out fast. He told them to leave the apartment immediately. They found fingerprints, fresh footprints in the dust, and a small space carved out right above the woman's bedroom ceiling. With a clear view through a drilled hole straight down at her bed, someone had been watching her sleep every night for months. And the insulation was still warm from where he had been lying, and the man who lived in the vents was never caught. It's 2014, Nevada desert, a long stretch of empty highway, miles of sand, no towns, no signal. A man driving alone at night, eyes tired, water bottle empty. He sees the only rest stop for 60 miles, one bathroom, one vending machine, one flickering street lamp. Cars rarely stop here. People say the place is off. He pulls in anyway, because he has no choice. And at first, it's normal. Just quiet desert air. Just the wind. Just the buzzing lamp. Then he notices something. The stall door in the men's bathroom is closed, feet visible under it, facing the wrong way. Toes pointing toward the toilet tank, like the person inside is standing on the seat, watching, listening, waiting. He steps back slowly, tries not to make a sound. The feet adjust, rotate, turn slowly toward his stall, but no breathing, no movement, just silent, perfect stillness. Leaves the bathroom, heart pounding, walks toward his car, tries not to look back. He fumbles his keys, curses under his breath, bends down to pick them up, and hears the bathroom door creak open behind him, one slow step at a time. Soft, deliberate, measured. He gets in the car, locks the doors, doesn't start the engine yet. He wants to see who it is. And when the bathroom light flickers, the door is fully open. The stall he saw someone in is empty. No one is inside. But the footprints on the dirty floor go straight out toward his car. His headlights turn on by themselves, the motion sensor. Something moved in front of his car. He squints. The figure is bent low, face just outside the edge of the light, hands pressed flat on the pavement, not crawling, not standing. Something in between. It rises slowly, too slowly, silhouette shaking, twisted like bones don't fit right. The figure tilts its head back, and the man realizes it was the stall door he saw, not a person. Someone had wedged their body between the hinges just to watch him through the cracks. And when he finally sped away, the figure stood up straight for the first time and started running after the car. The rest stop hasn't had a working camera in 9 years.